What I want to show you today is a knot. What this is what we call a limb hook or a sit hook. I'm gonna just show you a little about how I set it up. Now this ain't the only way to set them up. They set up hundreds of different ways. I'm not trying to tell you this is the right way or the best way, or this is the way I do it. What I do is I just tie a loop down here that I can easily change. Now this hook, you'll notice, is an old hook. This is one I've retired. Wore out, barbs, get that focus. But anyway, the barbs about broke off of it. I don't use this hook anymore, but what I did, I just looped through there. When I get ready to change this, all I have to do is pull this loop down, and then I can push my hook out through this loop right here. Because I just got an overhand loop tied in the end of that. But beside all that, tied that knot, and then I've put a swivel on mine. This is set up for catfish. I put my swivel in there, and then it's just tied on another loop of string, and then I've got a weight that'll slide. But what I want to show you today is the way you tie it to a limb. Now you see I've got a loop in the upper end of this, and it's just tied an overhand loop. You see a lot of people cutting limbs and stuff, and they try to pull this loop through here like this and slip it over a bunch of limbs. But what that does is you're limited to where you can tie, and it's hard to tie over big heavy. You see this is a big pole. This is basically just a limb that I've cut and throw down. But what I want to show you is a quick, easy way to tie it. What I like about this knot is whenever you go to retrieve your hooks, you can ease up with a boat, pull the tag, slip it off the limb, you're gone. You're not over there trying to fumble with it, and because you're in swift water a lot of times, you're up in limbs, may have snakes in them, or you worried about there might be a snake in there. You just don't want to be up in them bushes for a long period of time fumbling with a knot. And the boat moving, I mean, the quicker you can pull something, get it out, the less problems you're going to have down the road as far as accidents or just frustration or whatever it is. So let me show you this. You pull up a good bit of your string up here, and I'm going to have to do this backwards, so it may take me a second, because usually what I do is I pull up, and just to demonstrate, I pull up and I wrap one time, and you cross it when you wrap. And I'm doing this where you probably can't see on your side of the camera, but when I wrap, then this side's the one that's got my hook and all on it that just comes down. Behind the cross, you pull up a little loop, and you can adjust this. All you do is pull the knot behind there, and that's not going anywhere. And see, all I did is in this loop, and I'll try to get a better view of it, but I'm gonna do it backwards so you can see it better. And my hands are in the way, I know. This is my tag in with basically a tag in somewhat, but it's the end with my hook, lead, everything comes straight up, and it's crossed right here. All I didn't pull the whole end through. All I did was pull this knot part through. Because see, I still got this loop right here that I can hang with my finger hanging back out on the same side. That is not going nowhere. There's no big catfish pulling that loose. When I get ready to get it, I pull this, it unwraps, I pull that loose. Easy. You can tie it, it don't matter what's going out the rest of this limb. And it's better, it's just the way that you retrieve it's what makes it so easy. So I'm gonna do it backwards so you can see. Come up here, and you gotta have a pretty good length, and you can adjust this as you go. Now what I want to do is, you see, I want to cross it. Let me get down right here where you can see what I'm doing. I want to cross it pretty much on the top front side right there to me. When I cross it, I come back around, and you see I've got a knot and a loop. This end right here is where my hook and all's at. I just want to come right up under the cross, and anywhere in there, I just want to tuck just the knot under. Let's slide this back where you can see. Okay. See, we're crossed right there. This is my end that's got the hook on it. Right above right here where it crosses, I want to pull me a little bit of slack. And I want to tuck just the knot under. Now I'm going slow and easy where I'm trying to get it where you can see it. All I did was tuck the knot under this as it wraps. When I pull that, you see right here, it tightens back down on that knot. This loop is still sticking out on the same side. So when I pull up and I'm ready to retrieve, you see that? That is not going nowhere. That knot is bit on itself. No catfish is pulling that loose. See how tight that is? But the beauty of it is retrieving it. Whenever I'm ready to get it, I pull that knot right out. Just that easy. Come right off. I hope this helps you. But like I said, all this is lead. It's just a limb hook. It's probably a total of maybe 2.5 to 3 foot. I make these all different lengths depending on where I'm fishing, how deep the water is, how deep my limbs are. If the water drops 2 or 3 foot, I may take some that I made that's longer. If the water's up, but now generally the water don't affect. If I'm fishing in the same area, I'm more concerned about how high my limb is above the bottom of the water, not water level. Water level don't even matter to me most of the time, depending on what I'm fishing for. Now I do bowfin grinnell, we call them in Mississippi, fishing, and I put cut bait on these. Now I usually fish live bait when I'm catfishing. I put minnows, or either we rake crawfish and we hang crawfish on. That's about the only 2 things that I'll put on a limb hook. I like live bait. It's easy for me to get. I can get it out of ponds, seine it. I can rake ditches for crawfish as free bait. So that's what I generally fish with. I don't like to go buy bait now. When I'm fishing other things, I do buy crickets and minnows. I'm not against buying bait, but I like to use live bait. This is about 3 foot, and I just tied a loop. Basically, when I make my limb hooks, I've got a swivel that I put in there because it keeps a lot of tangling up from happening. That is a short piece right here. That is just 2 small loops tied on a short section of string. 1 loop, I swivel that through, or loop this through, because all that is pull through there. You see how easy I slid that up? I want to take that hook off, and this hook's ready to do away with. You see how this is made? That knot's there. It's just slipped through the eye of that. Once it's slipped through the eye, open the loop up and run the hook through. That's to put it on, and you pull it down tight. You ready to take it off, you grab it on that back side, slides up over the hook. Most of you already know all this. For the very few that don't know how to do this regularly is why I'm showing you. And that comes right off. I can throw that piece of junk hook away, and I'm ready to put a brand new hook on this good string, because this string is still good. Nothing wrong with any of the string. I've had this one actually hanging in my shed. The swivel is done on there in case this swivel was to break. It's installed the same way. All this stuff is interchangeable. I can pull this loose. It's bit a little tight. With a little finesse and digging, if I had to bit my fingernails off, you can pull this out. But anyway, that's all interchangeable. And then this is longer, and I've got my slip lead above that so that it drops down, because you don't want it right against your bait. But I can pull up to a limb hook. I go up there and I wrap over 1 time. I adjust it to where I want it. And usually I've already got my bait on there, and I'm just that good, just that tight. That's good enough to hold on to it. That's it. That's good. That's all you want. Snatch on it, fish gets on there, he's not coming loose. I'm ready to retrieve it, pull it loose, I'm gone. Enjoyed my video. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, share it, whatever. I appreciate you watching my videos. Y'all have a good day and a blessed day. Remember, the only right way to do things is the way you like to do it.